I'm running whenever I'm in the 757. I listen to WGP. They didn't take that out. Where I am now, better than before. Through those open doors, where I am now, where I am now, I'm in a special place, a tender walking grace, where I am now. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's the FYI radio show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now. And if you'd like to see us live on WGPL 1350 Studio, WMVA 88.9 FM Studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page or Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton's Facebook page. And guess what? You can see us live right here in the studio. And if you want to hear us all over the globe, all you have to do is go to 1400 AM or 1350 AM. Click and listen live. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors, our WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace. 95.3 FM and WPCE 1400 AM, WMVA 88.9 FM.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like, share, comment, subscribe. Go to both our channels at YouTube. Crystal Records 1, that's Cristo Records 1, and FYI Radio Show host Yolanda Hinton. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll shout you out, we promise.
Shout out.
Ooh, Mr. E, the weekend has come and gone.
And that's right, Miss Hinton. I want to do something special this morning. I want to thank all our listeners and our friends for coming out to a wonderful, wonderful concert this weekend. It was pandemonium in that place. What do you think?
What a great concert. Congratulations, CBC. You all definitely came through. I'm going to tell you, my favorite group was the Mighty Clouds of Joy. If they didn't show up and show out, they are really marvelous singers. I knew they would. I know their songs, even though I'm not a quartet fan, the songs from the Mighty Clouds of Joy ring out in my ear. They've been favorites of mine, for a minute. And so it was really a good concert.
So we want to thank everybody that heard FYI Radio Show and heard it on our show, the advertisement. Hey,
yes.
We want to thank you so much for making it a success. I mean, it packed that house out.
Did.
I mean, it was pandemonium.
Yes, it was definitely nice. You had quite a few groups there,
Mr.
E, and food and folk. And it was really great. So congratulations to you all. It's time for you all. Look, what y'all gonna do next? What you gonna do for an encore, Mr. E?
We got this. It's in the bag. It's a secret in the bag.
Very nice. Congratulations. And 50 years.
50 years. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, and we've been on FYI. Been on radio for over 8 years.
8 years of the 50. That is marvelous.
That's right. That's right.
So, I was sitting there and I was listening to Dr. Chase, and I can remember her voice years ago with Bishop Willis, and she still has the same voice. I thought that was the sweetest. But anyway, congratulations to you all. You all did a wonderful job.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Also want to wish my niece a happy birthday. That's Miss Asia Everett.
Right,
we want to say happy birthday to you.
All right. So look, Mr. E, today is Monday. As a matter of fact, I had a great weekend with the concert. My grandson was over too, and we had a wonderful time. Looking at the game. So this is our Monday's Sports Talk.
Miss Hinton, it was Sports Talk this weekend.
I know. Look, it started with the games for the week, because you were looking at games, Mr. E, I believe,
Friday.
It started. Did it start Friday, or was it Wednesday as well that you looked at? Were you looking at games? You started looking at games Friday,
Saturday, and Sunday.
Absolutely.
Was all those games, and tonight is a power pack 3 hitters.
Oh my
Tonight
goodness.
The game's going to be off the chain, Miss Hinton. It's going to be powerful tonight. These NBA playoffs.
Absolutely. But Missy, you got a little bit of sports tea, though, don't you?
That's right. Get your coffee cup a little bit. Let's drink a little tea on that. We talking about Reggie Bush.
You know what, Mr. E, I was surprised to see him pop up. I didn't know there was any controversy with that Heisman Trophy, but it was.
Right, that's right. He won that Heisman Trophy in 2010, and then he was having 14 years of dispute over it.
Why?
Because they got him for wanting to say he was being paid for playing games.
Okay.
When we begin to look at this, he said he received the award for the most outstanding college football player in 2005 when he played for the University of Southern California Trojan. But 2010, Bush forfeited the award following an NCAA investigation that found he accepting gift cash from would-be agents.
It says the former University of Southern California running back Reggie Bush is demanding accountability in the wake of allegations that led to him forfeiting his Heisman Trophy in 2010.
Yeah.
Bush Trophy was returned to him on Thursday after a 14-year dispute.
That's right.
NCAA.
That's right. They said that he was getting that money from free agents. As you go back and look at it, you said Bush dispute was with the NCAA intensified following a 2021 statement from the organization which he claimed defamed him by describing his situation as a pay-for-play type of arrangement. And he said, I will never play to pay.
He was never
paid to play. I will never play.
He said he was never paid to play.
Right. I was never paid to play. Right.
He said, I was broke. A broke college kid, he said. He said if he would have got paid, he would have been a So then it says the return of the trophy coincides with a transformation in college athletics, where players can now profit from their name, image, and likeness. Bush remains skeptical of how these changes serve all players.
That's right.
But we can think of the time, Mr. E, when you couldn't, especially your college, you weren't supposed to get gifts. They weren't supposed to offer you any kind of sponsorship or anything like that. All of a sudden, things change, and folk now getting rich in college.
Ms. Hinton, he said, when I think I'm at my weakest point, and when I deal with depression, fighting through thoughts of suicide, and an entire city there embraced me and lifted me up and gave me an opportunity to go out once again to prove myself, he said. Wow. Congratulations.
Who put it out, Mr. Where did it come from? If it didn't happen, where did this rumor or this information come where he was supposed to, get cash and all that stuff for what he was doing?
It does not go in the article, does not go in any detail to tell where it came from,
Yes.
how it came up. It just all of a sudden popped up that he was being paid
Amazing.
to play. I think back in them days you couldn't receive nothing.
Absolutely.
And soon as somebody gave you something, then they would call you doing something you ain't got no business doing.
But somebody was receiving something.
Somebody was receiving something.
Somebody was getting something. But now the athlete, it's time for them to, get what they're due.
That's right.
And
That's
he
right.
is vindicated because it's, they're returning his trophy to him, and he has proved this to be a lie.
That's right. That's right. And now he's getting it all back.
Okay. He says, as he looks forward to his future, he is excited about returning to USC and participating in the tradition of leading the team into the field this fall.
That's right.
Ooh.
Can he still do it after the? Yeah,
I don't know.
He's still young and still can handle it. Yeah.
Well, let's see. But Mr. E, what else is going on in these sports streets?
Miss Hinton, I got one other tea. I'm just going to mention that I'm not going to go into
You're
detail.
not going to go deep on.
Since we're going to make it our business to go into women's basketball.
Absolutely.
Let's go into women's basketball. One of the persons that we know had some incarcerations over in Russia.
Yes.
She has some troubles out there. The T on the street, Miss Hinton, in the sports news, saying that she got a child on the way.
Miss Brittany Griner. She has moved to another level, honey. She's going to become a mommy.
She will a daddy.
Her and her partner. Will have a little one
real
soon.
That's
we
right.
just saw it announced. There's an article. You all can Google it. And that's nice.
That's nice. That's nice.
I
didn't want to.
And she's still playing.
That she's still playing.
All right. Well, let's do that.
I didn't, because I didn't want to.
Let's do it. Let's move on, Mr. E. Look, not only was all that going on, all the tea in China, you can serve up all kinds of tea. Let's go to the NFL draft.
That's right.
It just took place, Mr. E.
Just took place, Miss Hinton, and we got some of the great names and the number one draft cat that got the number one pick was that Mr. Caleb Williams.
Everybody's talking about Caleb.
C. Williams, they call him. Williams, elated, improving, talented, arm strength, and ability to pick defense apart from within the pocket set him apart from the rest of the 2024 class. He has the foot speed to invade pass rushers as tight spaces and strength to break tackles. His ability to extend plays, adjust his arm angle, and make accurate off-platform throws put great stress on defense on each snap. Williams is also a patient pocket passer, which get through the progress given time and space. He passed and tries to make too much happen of some plays, but he rallied playmakers' instinct. He can get away with some questionable decisions. So my hat goes off to the Chicago Bears.
The Bears. The Bears didn't do bad last season.
They got the number one pick. Mr. Caleb Williams is going to the Bears, and he's 6'1", 214 pounds.
Mr. E, why do you think the Bears got him?
Well, they needed him.
Ooh.
They needed.
With that shade.
They needed.
They needed.
The last time I heard the Chicago Bears doing any good is when there was a linebacker by the name of Singleton. And that's when I heard Chicago Bears. But other than that, Chicago is back in the remolding and remaking and reshaping game.
Who else? The thing, a difference in this draft and the one for the WNBA. I knew quite a few of the ladies and had watched the game. These young men coming from college, football, I'm not really familiar with them. Looking forward to, finding out more about them, see if they're going to, do it.
And the number two pick, they got Mr. Jaden Daniels.
That's another name
from LSU. Yes. And he's going to He's going to Washington D.C.
All right. He's going to the Commanders.
He's going to the Commanders. He's going to the Commanders, and he's going to play ball with the Commanders.
What do you think about that, Mr.
Well, I mean, he could do it, and my hat's off to the Commanders. And
I mean, you just said that the Bears needed the young man. What do you think about the Commanders?
They needed a new makeover also. So LSU, I wish you go down there and join in with them and help the Commanders stop battling with last place.
Now let me ask you, Mr. E, did this kind of like rekindle the fire for football? That's coming up soon. We're in the playoffs with the NBA, and we'll get to that in a minute. But do you feel like, oh my goodness, everybody's ready? I saw more cowboy hats yesterday than I've seen for a minute.
Miss Hinton, every team that you figure out there, and I want everybody to know that I said this, that everywhere you turn, every team in the NFL and every team in the AFL has a cowboy on it.
Did y'all hear that? Now this is easy. Everybody's been on a cowboy.
That's
everybody.
Right. That's right. If they want a player, they was a coach. If they want a coach, they was assistant. Every team, if you want to talk to me, call me 757-624-9475. That's the telephone number. But every team in the NFL or the AFL has a cowboy somewhere.
Oh, my goodness. So, Mr. E, give us some more of the draft.
Now, Jaden went from LSU. Jaden Daniels went to Washington Commanders. Drake, number 3, from North Carolina, North. He went to the New England Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
Marvin Harrison Jr., he's a quarterback, wide receiver. Let's say he's a wide receiver. Let me give you their positions.
Okay.
Jaden is a quarterback. Drake is a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Marvin Harrison, Jr. of Ohio State, he went to the Arizona Cardinals. He's a wide receiver. Joe Dane, he went to the San Francisco Chargers. He's a offensive tackle.
How come his name is so familiar?
Notre Dame. Notre Dame. He went to Notre Dame. Joe Art. His name is Joe Art. He went to Notre Dame. And then you got the New York Giants got Malik Nabob, and he's a wide receiver. And then the Titans got J.C. Litham, and he's a offensive tackle. And Michael Pitt Washington went to the Atlanta Falcons, and he's an offensive tackle. Oh, he's a quarterback.
All right.
Yeah, he's a quarterback. And the Chicago Bears got number 9th pick when they got Rome Washington, who's a wide receiver.
Yes.
And so Rome Odeh, he was from Washington State College. And then you got J.J. McCartney, who went to Michigan. He's a purple people eater, Minnesota Vikings, and he's a QB. Wow, look at all them quarterbacks.
Wow.
There's about 10 quarterbacks that got selected in the pick. But when you drop down to number 29,
all right,
you go down to number 29, Miss Hinton, and you see Tyler Gruner of Oklahoma. He's an offensive tackle, and he's going to the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh my goodness! You all got, how many did you all choose?
We so far we got our first round. We got one of them out of there. We got one, and then there are several other ones went. I think the Chicago got 2 of them out of the whole first round pick.
All right. Yeah, that was quite interesting, but I had to learn, some of the newbies because, their names weren't all that familiar to me. So it was a pretty good draft, but some of them was like, hey, they said one young man was like not that enthused about his draft pick. I forgot who that was. I'm going to have to get it. But anyway, and is that all, Mr. E? Those are the only ones?
There's a lot more. There's a lot more that was about 30 of them on the first round pick that made it to the NFL, got picked by great teams. So I didn't see any by Philadelphia.
That's what I was wondering.
I didn't see anything by. Let me see if I can.
Philadelphia. Who else?
I don't see anybody by the Philadelphia Eagles. I know the Raiders got one. I know that the Saints got one. The Minnesota Vikings got two.
Mhm.
The Philadelphia Eagles, they did get one. They got a wide receiver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
They got a wide receiver, and he's from Toledo. No, he's a cornerback. They got a cornerback.
Well, we want to say congratulations to those that made that draft. Hey, let's see what they're going to do, Mr. E.
That's right. But, and it's going to be pandemonium. So, we want to say good morning to a whole lot of folks, Miss Hinton.
Yes.
We want to say good morning to Robert, Miss Shirley, Dolores James. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Mr. Robert
Nathaniel, yes.
Nathaniel 71. We want to say good morning to you also. And thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world.
Good morning to my sweet friend, Miss Sheila Robbins. She's up and popping over here on Facebook. Thank you all so much for joining us. If you want to shout out, just put your name there. We'll shout you out. So, Mr. E, NBA.
That's right. NBA
I tell you what, we're in the still in the playoffs. Give us some numbers. Give us some winners. Give us some losers.
We're in the playoff now. Miss Hinton, and by us being in the playoff, and it's been pandemonium out there in the playoff. You got the Milwaukee Bucks, who started on Friday. The Pacers beat them 121 to 118 on Friday.
Close game.
All have been close game. It's been a lot of fists going on around there, but but it's been a close game, Miss Hinton. And when we started looking at these playoff games, I mean, the NBA is almost down to the wire.
I know it. These games have been very interesting, and I'm telling you, it's been fire. There are quite a few that I've enjoyed, but Miss D, I know you got a chance to look at some of those games early week.
That's right. When we look at Friday game, and Indianapolis played against the Milwaukee Bucks on Friday, that there was a 2-1. So now it's a 3-2 according to yesterday's game.
Yes.
So the Indianapolis won 3. One more, and guess what?
The
Milwaukee Bucks going home. Let's go with Friday's game so we can bring us up to standards.
Yeah.
So the Indiana Pacers played against the Milwaukee Bucks, beat the Bucks 121 to 118, and that's on Friday. And then the Dallas Mavericks played the Clippers.
Yes.
And Mavericks beat them 101 to 90. And then the Timberwolves beat the Phoenix Suns. Kevin Durant might be saying bye-bye. 126 to 109. That was on Friday. And then on Saturday, Miss Hinton, the Cavaliers played against the Magic, and the Magic beat them 112 to 89. And then OKC is really putting something on the Pelicans. So they beat the Pelicans 106 to 85. Then the Celtics played the Heat, and the score was 104 to 84. That was on, this is Saturday's game. And then the Nuggets played against the Lakers, and the Lakers.
So, Mr. E, all right now, I'm glad you clapped. You gave them their props. What do you think about it? Let's pause.
They going home. The Lakers are going home.
Oh, that is cold.
The Lakers are going home. They going to the rest.
Mr. E, why you want them to go home?
Miss Hinton, when we talk about the Lakers, and I'm glad you stopped me there, is because they are so overrated. The Lakers supposed to be every game out there with the squad that they have. They got people that come off the bench, and I think that they are all individual. They trying to get numbers. They all trying to get that individual status.
Well, who gave them the numbers on that game? This was 104 to 84. Who was doing all the shooting, playing, and hitting everything? Who was that?
AD on Saturday, AD showed out with 25 points, 23 rebounds. If AD had stayed with the Pelicans would be off the chain now. So let's go to Sunday's game.
I can't wait to
Sunday get to Sunday. Sunday game was off the chain.
Yes.
The 76ers and the Knicks.
Boy, that was a good game. It was so close. I think that could have been any man's game. But honey, the 76ers kind of slowed their roll at the very end. And here come the Knicks. They came through with that 97 to
And
92.
a 3-1 lead on yesterday.
Yes.
3-1 lead. That means that the 76ers might be going home.
Well, let's talk about your boy on the Knicks. Mr. What's his last name? Mr.
Bronson.
Bronson. Mr. Bronson
made
is
some
not but
digits.
fire.
Did he make some digits
He
yesterday?
made 47
points that he scored. I mean, really made and broke the records for the New York Knicks for being one of the first players to hit 47 points.
I mean, he means to play that game. When you see him,
He wants to win.
It's nothing but fire. He's going all the way. He's just like, look, I don't see nothing. I see my team, but we're going to get this. And I mean, he really can play.
Well, I tell you what, if the 76ers don't prove themselves, they going by the way.
What has their season been like?
The
76ers?
The 76ers, the whole complete season, they had won 47 games and lost 35. And 25 they won at home.
Okay.
And 16 they lost at home. But right now in this series, this playoff series, they down by 2.
Let's talk about the Knicks this season.
The Knicks has a great season also. They won 50 of their games.
Wow.
50 games out of 32. Ooh. They won 23 games at home and lost 18 games away.
They're not going nowhere.
So now 97 to 92. Now when you look at the Knicks, the Knicks has already beat the 76ers 3 times and 2 times and 3 times in this series.
Amazing.
They got one more time.
And that's going to be the ball game.
And that's going to be the BALGAME game.
What about the Clippers and the Mavericks? You know what? That was a wild game. That was a lot of pushing and falling, and that kind of got on my nerves, that game.
But Kyrie came through.
I'm telling you.
Kyrie came through with 40 points.
But you know what? I did not choose who I wanted to win on this on the Clippers and Mavericks, because on one side you have Kyrie, and then on the other side you got our boy
James Harden, Beard,
Santa Claus. Yeah. I mean, I was like, no, I won't. I'm just gonna sit this one out. But it was a good game.
James Harden hit yesterday 33 points on yesterday. Kyrie hit 40 points and made the score. The Clippers 116 to 111, and the Clippers beat the Mavericks and made the score 2-2. They tied 2 games apiece. And then let's drop down to them Bucks. Let's drop down to the Bucks and the Indiana Pacers. If the Indiana Pacers ain't show off yesterday.
Tell us about that, but I didn't see
when
that.
When you look at the Indiana Pacers, my man, Brother Turner, the guy right here, he hit 29 points. 9 rebounds and got 3 block shots. And guess what? They beat the Bucks 126-113. And if the Bucks don't do something real soon,
you send a lot of folk home.
They going home.
Ooh, what about the Timberwolves?
Well, I really don't even want to talk about that.
Tell me about the Timberwolves, because I keep hearing their names a lot.
The Timberwolves is doing a wonderful job. They beat KD and the Phoenix Suns. And the score was 122 to 116. This boy they call Ant-Man. Yes. Ant-Man Edwards. Ant-Man Edwards yesterday scored 40 points yesterday. 40 points, and Ant-Man taking them to the bridge. But guess what? Booker scored 49 points, but it wasn't enough. Kevin Durant, the playoff score is 4-0.
Oh my God. Somebody.
They get ready to go.
Somebody going home.
They going home. Well, tonight, Miss Henson, if you look at the ball game tonight, the Celtics played the Heat tonight. The Thunders played the Pelicans tonight, and the Lakers played the Nuggets on tonight.
I'm going to definitely look at that one. But Mr. E, I want to remind everybody this evening, 6 p.m., join us for FYI After Dark. And then come over here for a few minutes. We're going to talk about some upcoming shows. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
The new one by Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton. Make it all right. For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. And for more information about FYI, give us a call at 757-714-7861 or inbox or email us at FYIRadioShowLive@gmail.com. Don't forget to join us tonight from 6 o'clock p.m. for FYI After Dark with our special guest,
Miss Felicia Brown.
Thank you so very, very much. Have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. Make sure you get some plenty of sunshine. That vitamin D will be out there.
All right. Boy, talking about fire. Mr. E sending folk home. He's still talking about those Lakers being overrated.
The Lakers
want to send him. He wants to send them home. I tell you what, Mr. E want to send those folks home because he's ready for the NFL. Let's just tell it.
Have you really looked at the Lakers squad, Miss Hinton? Let's bring them to play. Let me paint a picture for you. Go ahead. All right, you got LeBron James.
Absolutely.
Okay, you got Mr. Anthony Davis.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Mr. Russell.
Yes.
The one with the ponytail in the back, and you got Reese. Okay. That's the Caucasian fellow.
Yes.
Dynamite squad. Them four right there are dynamite players.
Let's see, what are they doing wrong?
They doing everything wrong. They individual, they not playing. And then they're going to wait till they get down to the wire, and LeBron got to run like a madman and try to pull them all together. And he crying all day long. You can't go close to him. You go close to him, he's going to cry. Lay down in the floor.
That's so funny. They said that about Hard, too. They said he's a drama queen.
Cry,
king,
all them boys have been Kevin Durant, all of them now crying.
Ooh, and why are they
y'all
crying?
Going home? Y'all not stars anymore. Your day has come. See, if Kevin Durant, Westbrook, Harden had stayed with the Warriors, they would have been on point.
That would have been
a dynasty. But so now the Warriors had trouble in the camp. That's fire in the camp. That's why the Warriors are not. They're not playing ball. Kurt Thomas don't know whether or not he's going to be back there next year. I know for a fact they're going to get rid of Damon Green. I know for a fact.
Why do you say that?
Because Damon Green, brought trouble in the camp.
He's a cut up.
See, when you bring trouble in the camp and you think nobody can control them, they got a commercial out with Damon Green up there with a wolf. He gonna get a little girl basketball or football, and he's standing face to face with a wolf.
But you think he's letting his opportunity pass him by, Mr. E?
I think that if he wants to get out of the league, go ahead and get out of the league.
Ooh.
If you've got width in the air that they're not going to pay you the money that you're looking for next year, and plus you done messed up in the camp. You slapped Pope. You knocked Pope, the fella by the name of Pope. You Poole, you knocked Jordan Poole out in practice.
Oh, no.
And when you knock Jordan Poole out in practice, who want to play with you?
Problem child.
You don't nobody want to play with you now. Your season is over. Ooh. Take your shower shoes.
Go to Hollywood.
Go home.
Well, maybe somebody else will want to
look at Kevin Durant. He done got his sneakers made after him. Take your sneakers and go home. You and the bearded man, y'all done been around long enough. Y'all done been from team to team, from team to team. It's time for you to go home and move out the way and let them young boys from the Indiana Pacers, them young boys from the Pacers are getting up and down that court. I mean, they like gazelle. They just running up and down that field.
Maybe they need to draft in young men that have fire and passion for the game. They're going to do business right. They're going to treat them right. But I'm telling you, when these folks have been in and all they want is their numbers, you see a change in the game. And so hopefully, hey, we'll see, with these new breeds coming in, some fire under them. Because, the reason I say that, Mr. E, is because, the women, I'm saying they are lighting and igniting a fire. They are really people are turning attention to those games and the women's games and what they're going to bring. You don't want the men to just linger. They've been in the game too long for it to just fizzle down, just mediocre. We want to see some great games and some great players.
I see the game right now, Miss Hinton, is turning back to basic basketball.
Mm.
See, because when you see the folks playing now, you seeing the big boys back underneath the bucket. They are scrambling, trying to get that rebound, and they ain't trying to shoot all 3-pointers and 4-pointers and 5-pointers out there now. They're really playing. So I mean, them young boys. I looked at Indiana Pacers yesterday, and them Pacers are playing ball.
Ooh, I tell you who else loved the bucket? Brunson.
If
he doesn't, I mean, he is definitely got all kind of acrobatics. I mean,
he lured them to sleep last night.
I mean, it was amazing.
He had that he was gonna go around one way,
and
then he went right into the bucket, and they was in la la land. They left him by himself. He said, "Okay, I got it."
They should know his move by now. He's so fast. That's the thing. He's so fast, Mr. Steve.
That's right. And I had to make a phone call to Brunson last night. I said, "Stop crying. Stop crying."
But anyway, I'm glad you all joined us today for our Monday Sports Talk. We want you all to make sure you join us this evening for FYI After Dark. Our friend, Miss Felicia Brown from Geneve's Shelter, supposed to be with us at 6 p.m. If anything changed, we will make that announcement. But make sure you join us this evening. Also, this week coming up, Mr. E, we have
Egerton. We was talking about. Mm-hmm. We've been talking about
absolutely
Autism Week.
Absolutely,
Autism Week.
This is this month.
Miss Hinton, they. I saw some on the news today, and it was dealing with men, and they want to know why men is not releasing their anxiety or their troubles and don't know how to get rid of it.
Okay.
So they was talking about that this morning. But when we look at Egerton, and if you look at Egerton around the 757, they everywhere.
Absolutely.
They're taking folks with autism and they're teaching them, they're learning how to work skills.
Skills.
They teach them how to. They teach them how to even be in their own residence.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
And they learning how to work on automobiles, and they learning how to drive
and everything.
Yeah.
So that is marvelous. We'll see them on Wednesday.
Got them on Wednesday.
And on Friday we have none other than Miss Tamika Quinn, and she's going to talk about childhood obesity, and she's going to talk about it from a parent's point of view and from her own experience. And I'm looking forward to that. We also are going to have
the life-changing
lifestyle. William Bynum, his lifestyle change, and he just did a whole overhaul in his life. If you see his before and after, it's absolutely amazing. That's going to be on next week on Wednesday. Join us then. Also, don't forget Yolanda Hinton's music. Thank you all for playing. Thank you for the music. Thank you for buying the music. You can still get it anywhere where music is sold, the Amazons, the iTunes, the CD Baby, the Spotify, everywhere you can go for music. You can get that music there. And don't forget to go to our bulvickacademy.com, BULVIC, and make sure you check out information, our anti-bullying information. Soon we're going to be putting information about our anti-bullying rally that will be coming up this year. Also, there are books. Bullying is Right Underneath Your Nose, The Diary of a Former Bully. We have the game app, Bulvic, BULVIC, which you can also get on Google Play if you have an Android, or Apple.com if you have an iPhone and iPad. Bulvic, BULVIC, a great game, a game of mystery.
And it's wonderful.
It is really a great game. I was on it last week just playing it, and I really, really like playing this game. And we're going to be talking about that game more and more as we get closer and closer to our anti-bullying initiative rally and things like that. Don't forget to follow us on social media. And don't forget, you can be a special guest, intern, or sponsor with FYI. Mr. E has the T.
Don't forget tonight. Tonight, you don't want to miss FYI After Dark. If you haven't seen FYI After Dark, tune in into Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton's Facebook page, and guess what? You get an opportunity to hear and see what's going on with FYI After Dark.
You know, on all social media platforms.
That's right, and on all social media platforms, you can see FYI. Don't forget, if you like to be a special guest or sponsor, or intern of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, all you have to do is give us a call at 757-714-7861 or inboxes at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda the Lady Hinton's Facebook page, or FYI Facebook page, or you can email us. Now, here's two things you can do with the email. If you like to be in our audience, that's right. All you have to do is email us at FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com and send us your email. And once we get your email, we'll send you back a response to let you know that what date you'll be coming on the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, just to sit and enjoy the show. That's right. But if you'd like to be a special guest, all you have to do is give us a call at 757-714-7861 or email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com.
We want to shout out Miss Roberta Carter. How are you doing? Glad to see all you all on. Thank you so much for your support. We have They Love, THEYLUV_LIC, the class, L class. I like that. And Robert, Nathaniel, thank you. Shirley, Dolores, James, thank you so much for joining us. You all are definitely a blessing. We're going to see you all on Wednesday. Be blessed. We're going to see you tonight.
That's right.
Tonight. After Dark. Tonight. On all social media platforms. Be blessed, and we'll see you then. Bye now.
2 up, 2 down.